Hey lovers, it's Erica here, and I really felt like I need to make a video about twin flame on and off relationships. Um, because as you can see, if you're one of my followers, I post some of the raw emotional shit that I'm going through, and it's not always like that, but I don't feel like I should like hide that stuff because that's a very real and true thing that's going on right there. I know a lot of people on social media like to use social media as a way to like pretend like their life is perfect, or pretend like everything is just great, or maybe they just only want to show happy times. I'm not here to judge anyone. I'm just saying that's not what you're going to get from me. Um, I show it all. Well, not all of it, but um, especially trying to help other twin flames, because fuck, this shit is like the most excruciating shit I've ever gone through. And it's also been the most rewarding and beautiful thing as well. So there's two sides of it. That's why this video is the on and off. Um, when the runner runs away, the chaser is left just feeling sick with abandonment. Your heart's getting ripped out. Your body is like aching for them. It just leaves you such a sad, there's really no word to describe it other than you can see in these videos, like the intense pain that it causes you when your twin is gone. Nobody wants that. And the thing is, and I've said this before, and I know other people who make twin flames videos has said this, but there's nothing you can do to get the runner to come around until the runner damn well feels like he's ready. Or she, however it is. And that's got to be the hardest part. I've had both ends of the spectrum here. I've got to live as a single mother for 10 months. Well, longer than that. I've been a single mother on and off throughout my life. Add up 3 marriages and 6 kids later. There's been times of being single and times of being in a relationship, but no relationship compares to your twin flame relationship. Once you meet them, it's kind of like, that's it. That's it. You don't want nothing else. You're not going to settle for less. So when I refer to being single, I'm only talking about periods of separation with my twin flame. My twin flame and I have been together a little over 4 years, married for a tiny bit over a year. Our anniversary was like last week, and we did spend it together. He has been coming around more, but a big false thing that I thought was, when we get married, we won't be dealing with this on-off periods of separation. And I think that's what hurt me the most when he took off, was because I was under the impression that us getting married would end that runner chaser shit, and it didn't. If anything, it only made me feel worse when he left. And with me and my twin flame, when he leaves and we have periods of separation, we stay in contact. And I don't know if that's what you're supposed to do, but I have to. I can't feel like he's just completely gone away from me. We do stay in contact, usually via email or texting or whatever, what have you. Um, but as for physical togetherness, that wasn't happening, and it killed me. I mean, you see the videos; it was fucking killing me. And those periods of separation are meant for you to do work on yourself, either self love or self realization. And that's really hard because no one wants to reach into themselves and figure shit out that they really don't want to deal with. So I had to do a lot of personal work. I'm thinking, okay, well, what can I do to make myself better? What can I do to make myself feel better, act better, think better, and not be so sad? And it's a lot of work. It's a lot of studying. It's a lot of psychological stuff, aspects of my personality that apparently I think a lot of females have, maybe some possessiveness in there, stubbornness, things like that a lot of females have, but try to work on that so that you're not pushing your runner away. They say the chaser is a runner because the chaser is actually running from themselves, if that makes sense. So you will prolong your separation. I believe I somehow prolonged our separation because every psychic I went to, they were like, oh yeah, he'll be back in September. He'll be back, whenever. But somehow, some way, I was acting in a way that was prolonging the separation. And, I don't know what I did. And the thing is, when he finally started coming back around, I can't even say, oh, well, it's because I did this or that, because I didn't change anything. I mean, I have been gradually trying to change myself. I have been gradually working on personality flaws. I have been gradually trying to work on the way I react to certain things. But as for one thing or one or two things in particular that I say, okay, I did this and it made him want to come back, I'm at a loss. I have no fucking idea what happened other than something flipped a switch in his brain. And that's it. But it's been great. I mean, we're still, I would have to say that my husband is like my boyfriend. And for us, that's seeming to work better because I'd rather have that than nothing at all. And he's been able to come around when he's able to, instead of staying away. So he still does work a lot, but at least this way he's got his own space to where he feels like he can rewind or unwind, regroup, get some peace, get some sleep, whatever it is that he needs to do to make himself feel like he's got something to give. I have to accept that and I have to deal with that because it's not about how I want to control the relationship. I don't want to control the relationship. I want to learn to sit back, relax, take what comes throughout the day and be grateful and happy for what he can offer me instead of saying, okay, you need to do this, 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 and this, or else I'm going to be mad. Like, I'm not going to be like that anymore. I have to, and it's not lowering your standards. Some people might call it that, but it's learning to be thankful and grateful for what you have in your life. Instead of saying, well, I'm not going to be happy because this isn't perfect. This isn't perfect, so I can't be happy yet. Well, you have to just be happy with what you have because your love is enough. You have to understand that. Your twin flame love is enough. And you have to just live like that. And I mean, I am really treasuring the moments that we've been spending together lately because it means a lot to me. Because I know now he doesn't have to do anything. That if he is doing something to show me that I'm important, then that's what that means. So periods of separation will teach you that. And eventually, if you learn all this, then eventually you won't have the separation anymore, unless you backtrack. But I don't plan on backtracking. I want us to be healthy. That's the number one thing. I want us to be healthy and happy and in love and supporting each other and helping each other grow instead of destroying each other and causing hurt and ripping open old wounds. At this point, we've been on the twin flame journey for 4 years, as I've said. I think we have probably brought up every ounce of past hurt and sadness that either one of us has ever had buried inside of us. And I have just let it go. I have taken all of this shit that has come up and I have thrown it out into the universe and said it no longer serves me. I am only interested in love. I am only interested in happiness, in thankfulness, in health. That is what I want. And that's how I'm choosing to live now. Now, I'm not saying I'm perfect. I mean, fuck, a girl's gonna have an attitude every once in a while. Like, I mean, I'm gonna get my period and I get fucking irritable with things, but I try very hard not to blame him for like not doing something right or something, because there is no right. Like, it's, everybody has their own ways of doing things. Like, his way is just as right as my way would be. I just have to accept that he does things his own way and in his own time. And I think he needs to accept that about me too, which he was better at that. He never was one to kind of say, well, you're not doing this, so I'm not going to love you. He only kind of does that during separation periods. But so anyway, the point is, ways to help your twin flame relationship. You can't compare it to another relationship, and you can't compare it to what's in your head of what you think a relationship should be, because it is what it is. And he is who he is, and you are who you are, and together it's amazing. But you have to let all the other little shit go, okay? Like, you know what I mean? He might leave his shoes laying around. He might make a terrible mess in the kitchen. And mine does not do these things, but I'm just giving examples of whatever your guy does. You just have to, like, let him exist and just enjoy the times when he does come to you, instead of trying to somehow like rope him into coming to you. You just have to like allow him to come to you. I don't know if that makes sense. Because if you are roping him into coming to you, then he's not going to truly be there. His mind will be somewhere else. Like if you're saying, okay, I want you to do this, instead of, but really what he wanted to do, like let's say really what he wanted to do was go out in the garage and like work on his car. But you're like throwing a fit, and this may or may not have happened to me, but you're like throwing a fit, so he'll be with you. Then he'll be with you because you're throwing a fit, but is that really what you wanted? Yes and no, but no, because you want him to choose you. And until he chooses that he wants to be with you, you're really not having him. So that's kind of how it's been going. I'm trying to hang back. I'm trying to just say, I'm here. You know I'm here. I'm going to accept you for who you are and how you are and the things you do, because I know in my heart that you belong to me and I know you're faithful to me. So I have to like uncling, as hard as it is. I mean, God, I wish I could just live in a bubble with him in a bed and just never leave. But you know, then shit wouldn't get done. And I think when you can just accept and enjoy your twin for what they're giving you, instead of saying, well, I want this, 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 and this. If you can just accept and enjoy the time you do get and what they do, you'll be happier, and they'll see that, and then they will want to spend more time. So, you know, it's just a healthier, more mature way of living. The on and off part really is hard, and they're saying, you know, most twin flames do go through like on and off periods, but once you're done with the on and off, you're done. So what we're trying to do and what we're doing right now is like trying to stay in a medium level, like, because when we are together, it's usually like constant togetherness, and then it kind of like gets to the point where, okay, all this other shit has been neglected for so long, and then we have like a longer separation. And if we can kind of say, okay, here's like a couple days of togetherness, maybe a day of not together, then maybe another day of togetherness, then maybe another day not together, instead of together, 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 apart, 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 apart forever. Like, we have got to find a happy medium, and I think we've been doing that lately. So that's some advice. If you guys, you know, if you guys are wondering about how you can stop the on-off, it's hard, I know. You want to die. You want to fucking die when you're off. So as much as you want to cling and like be together constantly, that might be part of what leads to being off. So if you can have a little bit of together and then a little bit of separate here and there, then it's better. It's kind of like when when you're with your kids too. It's like you love your little babies, and you know, you might be just always taking care of them. And I've always said this. I'm like, you know, I don't want like a whole day break from my kids. I love my kids. I want like 10 minutes of a break here and there. I'd like to be able to go take a bath or a shower or like go eat something. You know, I don't want like a whole day long break. And that's how it is, like, you know, with your twin flame. You gotta let him go to work. You gotta go work on yourself. You gotta take care of your responsibilities. You gotta allow him his hobbies. He needs to allow you your hobbies, because if you're both not two complete individual people, you can't be a whole when you come together, like, you know, how it's meant to be. You have to be two individuals, as much as you don't even want that sometimes, you know, but that is the better way. And I've learned that the hard way, and I'm sure I still have tons more to learn, but that is a little bit of what I can share that has opened my mind and opened my heart to receive my twin flame love once again. So, I hope you guys like this video. anytime I have something interesting or helpful to say to help other twin flames out there, I will make videos. A lot of people aren't making the videos about the happiness. There's a lot of videos out there about the separation. And I am going to make another video too about, the stuff that he has told me about when he has to leave, so that maybe that'll help some of the chasers understand the runners a little bit better. And it's never that they don't love you. He's like he said, it has nothing to do with love. But when you're a twin flame, that there's no word. It's so much more deeper and so much more beyond just, the word love. And you know that, and it's hard to describe with our human brains. So, everyone, just sit back and start letting things come to you, and just appreciate every little piece of love that comes your way. And that's the advice that I have today. Be blessed. Thank you for watching.